You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Women have the strength of 10 men. No doubt about it. I think she's very passionate about her team and coaching here. I think she's got them off to a great start. Very exciting brand of basketball. And when you have a coach that really wants to, hang another banner, it comes as a sacrifice. She's probably a better woman than me. I don't know if I could be detached from my little one for that long, but she's got great help, and she wanted to be here with her team. So, women have to make decisions like that, and when they do, I feel like other women should honor them and let them know that we see you, we feel you, we hear you, and I congratulated her, but it's gonna take a lot of people.
I just gotta say it again though. Shout out to Coach Kim Caldwell. Had a kid like a week ago. A whole human came out of her, and she out there coaching. Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, Tennessee gotta be ready to. When your coach makes a sacrifice like that, you gotta be ready to just go to war. Don Staley said, women have the strength of 10 men. I love the sisterhood in the SEC with the coaches. We saw Coach Kim Mulkey giving her praise like Pat Summitt did before her. That's incredible. It's an incredible story. It shows her perseverance, her character, her personality, her commitment to this team. Like, how would you not want to run through a daggone wall for Coach Kim Caldwell, knowing that she left her little one, her newborn baby, to come be with you and this team and coach you guys and lead you guys on the floor? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You got to leave it all on the court for your coach. In her first year, she's establishing just great rapport with this roster, great trust, and, man, salute to her. Tough as hell. Just having the mental toughness and the physical toughness to be out there and coach a great game and go up against the nation's elite, best coach in the country. Salute to Don Staley. Always keeping it classy. Love what she said about just the coach's strength. And she even admitted she don't know if she could have done that, been away from her little one like that, man. Like, that is just the ultimate sacrifice for this team that she made tonight. And salute to her, man. This was an incredible game. I think Tennessee mirrored their coach tonight. They showed toughness. They showed perseverance. They kept fighting to the end. They have nothing to hang their heads about. But I love that Coach Don Staley came and spoke out and supported another woman that is going through something, as far as emotionally, physically, and is still at work doing her job to the best of her ability, man. Like, salute to Coach Kim Caldwell. She is a warrior. She's a testament to just strength and womanhood and motherhood on top of that, man. Salute to all the moms out there making it happen. South Carolina got a little sloppy late, but it never felt like they were truly in danger of losing this game, in my opinion. It always felt like they were going to be in control. It was a slow start in the first quarter, but that second quarter, they absolutely took over. And in my opinion, they took Spencer and Whitehorn completely out of this game. And they took Spear, who's one of the top leading scorers. They held her to 5 points, completely shrunk the court, limited three-point shots. Like, they came in with a game plan. This was a more exciting game than the LSU game, though, in my opinion. How y'all feel about that? I think this was a more exciting game than the LSU game. More offense, faster pace, more intensity. I think it was more physical. Like, this felt like more of a rivalry game. It was more about the basketball. It was more about hooping and not about the circus off the court. But South Carolina, 55 straight wins. I mean, come on. Guys, welcome in. Chris, my God, DJ LC. Let me catch up in the comments. Initial reactions from this game, y'all. South Carolina never felt like they were in danger of losing, in my opinion. Finally, we have closer. We have someone who can take the last shot. She is the Kobe of the Gamecocks. Joyce is the Mariano of the Gamecocks. She is the closer. Did y'all see her when they started cutting into that lead? She got the ball in the right corner of the court, hit a little dribble and pulled up for the mid-range. She also isn't afraid to bring the ball up the court, man. Like, Joyce Edwards is really just scratching the surface on her game right now. Like, when you look at her ability to score back to the basket, we know she's long, athletic, 6'3", has a nice spin move, go-to move, can hit the hook shot, can go over the shoulder with both hands, high motor, follows her shot every time it goes up. Great rebounder, explosive, runs the court well. But then when you see her being able to handle the ball and being able to show that skill set of hitting the mid-range and getting her shot off the dribble, that's going to be the next development. She's a gifted passer as well. A very, very active rebounder. Guards all 5 positions. Like, Joyce Edwards is a different type of monster right now. Like, she is a dog on the court, bro. Seriously, like it's kind of scary. But yeah, give me y'all's initial takeaways, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. 55 straight wins. I think Malaysia Full Wiley hit some big shots for this team, but the shot selection, the turnovers, she's a bit out of control. I think Maddie McDaniel gave some really great minutes tonight. She was attacking the cup. I think she did a really good job of just being aggressive, fighting through contact. And overall, like, the guards were pretty strong with the basketball for the most part. I will say that. The guards were pretty strong with the basketball because Tennessee damn sure tried to press the life out of South Carolina. But when you got Raven Johnson, when you got Malaysia Full Wiley, when you got Tessa Johnson, when you got Maddie Mouse McDaniel, when you got all these guards that are super quick with the basketball and can really push the pace and turn it up, man, they're not sweating that press. And all credit to Tennessee. I honestly think Tennessee is going to give LSU some problems in the SEC tournament. Like, genuinely. Tennessee's going to give some teams some problems. I'm talking in the SEC tournament now. But I like what they did, man. Like, salute to Tennessee. Salute to Tennessee. They played a good game. They put pressure on South Carolina. This was a good test. This was a good test. Tennessee might be the second best team in the SEC. They might be better than Texas. But South Carolina does such a good job of just taking your main weapons away, taking the supporting cast. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I think Talasia Cooper kind of killed the offense a little bit with her shot selection for Tennessee. She definitely was playing with urgency. You could tell, like, she's definitely trying to prove, like, she got a chip on her shoulder. She's trying to prove that South Carolina messed up, not giving her no burn. Like, you could tell that was on her mind out there. They forced Tennessee into some very tough shots. They ran them off the three-point line. They shrunk the floor really well. I think the bigs, like South Carolina was switching everything. I think they did a really good job, the bigs, of getting out in the perimeter and contesting shots. Like, there weren't many times where South Carolina got caught out of position. Like, they did a great job. There was urgency. In that first quarter, and y'all tell me if I'm lying. In that first quarter, Tennessee was playing with more urgency. They came out hungry. They were getting all the 50-50 balls, out rebounding South Carolina. Like, they definitely seemed like they were the aggressor in the first quarter. Don Staley makes the adjustments, and they absolutely go to work. And the rest is history. The rest is history. 55 straight wins. I mean, they are on a run like no other. South Carolina is on a run like no other right now in the SEC. All right, I just wanted to get the stats up there for y'all. Game stats. Yes, let me catch up in the chat real quick before we go into the numbers. Y'all got the chat booming, man. I promise y'all, I got the best chat on YouTube. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff to stay up with the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Comment, like, all that good stuff, man. Thank y'all so much for the support. Rover, it's been a minute. Welcome in. Yep. How would you guys grade the players' production? The film session will be great teachable moments for the ladies. Yes, because they got sloppy late in that game. They got sloppy late and they gave Tennessee life. And you don't want to give a talented team like Tennessee momentum, especially at home. Knoxville is not an easy place to win. Yep. Like Lake took ill-advised shots and that led right to Tennessee points. But she's gonna learn, kept her in to get that film so she can learn. Yeah, you let young guards play through mistakes, and Don Staley has not been shy about that. Yep. Leon, welcome in, welcome in. Full Wiley hit her first three-pointers and missed her last four. Her shot selection is sometimes a liability, shooting tough shots too early in the shot clock when the game is in the bounce. Yeah, I mean, she was out there jacking. It was a couple of times where I was like kind of shocked that she took the shot. But she is a shot taker and maker. Lay got desperate and started to play hero ball. Agreed. I don't know why she takes ill-advised shots, but one can guess she is trying to prove that she's an elite player. And it's like you don't have to do that to prove that you're elite. Just play within the system and get your shots within the Florida offense. Like, we know she's an elite talent. We know Malaysia Football is an elite talent, but she does have a habit of disrupting the Florida offense at times. She absolutely has a habit of disrupting the flow of the offense sometimes. That's fair. Y'all not lying. Y'all are not lying. Yes, Tennessee played hard. Tennessee played hard. Let's get into some numbers. Mr. SC, welcome in. Armand, welcome in. Yo, Joyce Edwards continues to put the team on her back. Looking at the numbers really quick. Break it down. Yo, 55 straight wins is crazy. 55 straight in the SEC. This 5-0 run that South Carolina just went on is nuts, bro. They pick up the win 70-63. I want to talk about, first off, the defense and how they held the most efficient and lead 3-point lead shooting team to 3 of 26. They held Tennessee to 11% from the 3-point line. When you talk about the top ranked defense in the SEC, shrinking the court, taking your strength and making it a weakness. They held Tennessee to 11% from three, bro. That's when you know it was over. Now, South Carolina got out rebounded 49-40. They win the assist battle 14-8, moving the basketball, 6 blocks, the 17 turnovers you don't like to see. And they were a little lackadaisical. Maddie McDaniel, Raven Johnson, Malaysia Fool Wiley had some turnovers. Like, there were times where they definitely got a little lackadaisical with the basketball and, were just kind of careless. So, the 17 turnovers, you definitely want to clean that up. You definitely want to clean up the 17 turnovers. It didn't cost them in this game, but when you're playing elite teams, and you got to value every possession, truthfully. You really got to value every possession. Leading the way, like we mentioned, Joyce Edwards, sensational. Sensational. Her feel for the game as a freshman, like she really went to work. Nobody has had an answer for her in the SEC. She had 18 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. They had 3 other players with 10 points. Chloe Kitts. Yo, how about Chloe Kitts at the top of the key? Y'all seen that crossover, the step back? Then she hit the 3? That's gonna be the next evolution of Chloe Kitts' game right there. Is her putting the ball on the floor, getting her shot off the dribble, getting to her spots, and expanding her range to hit the 3-pointer. She hit her second 3-pointer of the season. If she can hit that consistently, I mean, she's already a pro. But she's going to be, if she can become a legit 3-level scorer and put on some muscle, some weight, Bro, Chloe Kitts is going to be unstoppable. I'm going to tell you that right now. Malaysia Fulwiley, the fifth player, excuse me, they had 5 players in double figures. Malaysia Fulwiley had 11 points off the bench as well. Raven Johnson, 10 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. She continues to be one of the best rebounding guards in the country. And you see what the rest of the team did. Maddie McDaniel, 6 points. She had some tough buckets. I think she got more minutes than usual. It felt like tonight, like early. She got in the game really early tonight. And she was effective with the basketball for the most part, man. She was strong with it. She attacked the cup. She finished through contact. She provided instant offense. So salute to her. It was a quiet day for Miriam Dowden. She kind of seems like the odd woman out. I think Adele Tack is a better player in my opinion. She was not as experienced as Dowden, obviously, who's had experience playing in the SEC. But Dowden might want to consider hitting that portal, man. I'm just saying. And then Tennessee had 4 guards coming into this game averaging double figures. And South Carolina completely took them out of the game. I will say Spencer and Whitehorn started off strong. Spencer had 6 points in the first quarter. She had 2 points the rest of the game. Whitehorn had 6 points in the first quarter. She had 6 the rest of the game. Talasia Cooper, 11 points. Bro, she shot like 5 of 18. Honestly, in my opinion, it felt like Talasia Cooper low-key shot Tennessee out of this game. Terrible shot. Hollingshead, 7 points, 4 rebounds. They didn't get a whole lot from the front court. They're led by this backcourt, but when you're shooting 11% from 3, when you're forced to rush shots, when you're forced to put the ball on the floor, when you're typically, that's not a strength of your game, it gets tough out there, man. That South Carolina defense was incredible. Shrinking the floor, the game plan was executed. Don Staley is just an elite in-game decision maker and adjustment maker. 93% say Joyce Edwards is the freshman of the year. I really hope they get a chance to go up against UCLA again. I really do. Y'all got the chat booming. Yo, man, I don't even know SC Bread. I dropped a video on UConn yesterday. Y'all go check that out. But honestly, UConn is playing in the worst conference in women's college hoops, in my opinion, bro. Their win streak got to be like 100. They ain't lost in a while. I don't even know. I'm just talking. I really don't even know UConn's at Big East win streak. I can look it up, though. I can look it up real quick. But that conference is terrible. Big East is awful. When you think about the competition South Carolina is doing this in, when you think about the level of competition, the SEC tournament is going to be bonkers. Let me catch up in the chat. Nope, Joyce doesn't allow anybody to speed her up. She's got an old school game, but she also can put it on the floor and hit the mid range. Like, she is just scratching the surface. Their defense has been phenomenal during this run. Yep, I think they're doing a really good job of just forcing turnovers into points at the other end, like really working hard to get out in transition and push the pace. And they have the depth to do it. And now I will say, like, Tennessee used their depth. They have depth, but it's a difference between having depth and having talent. Like, South Carolina has depth, but they also, that second wave is averaging more points. Like, the talent is crazy. So, like, just because you have depth doesn't mean you have a second unit that can compete with this group. Tennessee plays South Carolina the toughest of any team other than UCLA, though. Yeah, Kids did her thing. But yeah, Full Wiley had 2 fouls in the first quarter, and then she had 4 by the fourth. Yeah, she had 2 early fouls in the first quarter. Maddie McDaniel got in the game early and was active. Absolutely. Yes, let me know, let me know, let me know. Get a swig of water. Woo! 55 straight? Who do y'all see them losing the SEC game? Like, what's the chances that Texas beats them in round 2? We're going to end the poll on Joyce Edwards. 60 votes. 93% of y'all say yes, sir. Freshman of the year, crown her. She's been SEC Freshman of the Week a few times. What do y'all think about this Texas matchup? Realistically, can they go undefeated in the SEC again? Texas is going to be tough in Texas, but man, the way South Carolina is locking in on defense, I don't know, man. It genuinely feels like nobody in the SEC has an answer for this team. And if you say no, if you're saying no, let me know who y'all think they lose to. Do y'all think the no's? Do y'all think that they're going to lose to Texas? Do the no's think that they're going to lose to Texas? That's what I want to know. Big game for South Carolina, though. I mean, man. Oh, man. The defense, bro, like the pressure that they apply for 4 quarters is crazy. It just seems like South Carolina has another gear that no other team has other than like UCLA, like the elites. But nobody has another gear like this team, man. Like they are just, when they're dialed in, when they're really dialed in as a unit, and they're switching and they're contesting and they're closing out like the way they did tonight to run Tennessee off the 3-point line. They just took the best 3-point shooting team in the nation and held them out 11% from the field. Do you understand? Pharaoh, welcome in, says South Carolina will smoke everything in the SEC. What is that Texas matchup going to look like? And for people saying no, are y'all taking Texas? 15% of people said no. Are y'all taking Texas? Is that what's going on? Holler at me in the chat. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. I mean, bro, Maddie knows how to use the bigs for screens and score. Facts. She should use the bigs as screens to get more offensive output. She has the speed to get by any defender. She used them more. Yeah, I mean, Malaysia Fulwali's first step is explosive. Maddie McDaniel is a bully on the court. She is a bully on the court, man. Like, seriously. No, she's a bully. It's actually funny. 55 straight wins, though, is crazy. I mean, this was a defensive masterclass. Tennessee definitely made it closer than it probably should have been. I think they showed resiliency. They showed fight. They fought hard. Like, they have nothing to hold their heads about whatsoever. They gave South Carolina a really good test tonight. Salute to Tennessee. They showed some holes. The pressure got to South Carolina at times. They just could not make enough shots. But they were hungry. They were the aggressive to start the game. They came out and punched South Carolina in the mouth in that first quarter. We all saw it. But looking at it, they got Auburn at home. They got Georgia. Then they got Texas on the road at February 9th. They got Florida. And then out of conference, UConn, February 16th. We all got that game circled. Arkansas, a very upstart and talented Vanderbilt team that's really, really good at home. They beat 2 ranked teams back to back. They beat Tennessee and they beat Kentucky at home, and they have a superstar freshman. They got Ole Miss, and they close it out against Coach Kenny Brooks, Georgia Amore, and Kentucky. So still a lot of very tough games left on this SEC schedule. But they very well could run the gauntlet once again. Man, bro, I'm just blown away by Joyce Edwards, though, y'all. I'm blown away. I am blown away by Joyce Edwards, man. Like, just her attention to detail to the game, her basketball IQ already, and the fact that like they're talking about she works out so hard, they're trying to keep her out the gym. Like she in the gym too much. She is going to be the best player in the country in the near future. The SEC absolutely runs through Columbia. I'm going to tell you that right now. The SEC absolutely runs through Columbia. The SEC runs through Columbia. Man, just the defensive prowess of this team. I mean, and the depth. I'm with Kim Mulkey. How do they keep them all? Winning cures all. And that's a fact. Winning cures all. Winning cures all. Farrell says the Gamecocks will go undefeated once again. Yeah, I'm kind of down on UConn, man. Honestly, it's really just been Sarah Strong and Paige Beckers. Like they got to figure out an identity outside them two. I don't. I honestly, at the beginning of the season, I had that game circled for sure that was going to be a preview of the national title game. But looking at what UConn has on paper, it looked good, but they gonna get swallowed up, man. And I don't think them freshmen. No offense to Ali Zabel, Morgan Kelly, they're both good players. Maybe Caroline Desharn's healthy. Aubrey Griffin just came back. Don't know which AZ Fudd is gonna exactly show up. Like UConn, I do not think is ready for that South Carolina smoke. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna just be honest there. I'm hoping for a good game. But, man, it's going to take more than Paige Beckers and Sarah Strong to beat South Carolina. I'm going to tell you that right now. I will go ahead and tell you that right now. Yes, initial takeaways. Let me know how y'all feeling. I feel like the scoreboard made that game seem a lot closer than it was. South Carolina folded a little bit at the end of the game, but, I mean, they were never in danger of losing this contest. Oh, and Don Staley just spoke. Hold on, I'm going to get this clip, y'all. We gonna get this clip. Don, Don Staley just spoke out about Coach Kim Caldwell coaching a week after having her child. I'm getting this clip now, and we'll hear from Coach Don Staley. Stand by, everybody, stand by. We will hear from Coach Don Staley. Y'all give me a couple of minutes, couple seconds, and we will hear from Coach Don Staley talking about Coach Kim Caldwell, Tennessee coach. Coaching an inspired Tennessee squad. Wanting to get the win for their coach, man. Like, no maternity leave. She straight up got right back to coaching. Salute to Coach Kim Caldwell. Salute to Tennessee. Like, they deserve all the respect in the world, for sure.